right, this is the Best Experience with your host Nick Best and the Angry Dad. And before we get started today, I'd like to thank our podcast sponsors, Barbell Apparel, a premium athletic wear engineered for performance with a tailored athletic fit, refined clothing for an athletic body type. Evolution Athletics, a supportive gear company owned by Brian Shaw, four-time world's strongest man and strongest man on earth. We believe in all athletes and supporting their journey towards greatness. Iced Up Industries, $50 off with code BEST at checkout. Look, the best ice baths, the best plunges you can get for the best price in the industry. That is Iced Up Industries. Use these links. It really helps us out. I also want to mention, if you are in the Sacramento area, Sacramento, California, we're having the Nick Best seminar at Untamed Strength. I'll leave the information in the notes. You guys can email the person to see if there's still spots available. And that is in December. As December 10th, 2023, Untamed Strength in Sacramento, California. And with that, Nick, man, there has been a lot of news dropped in the last 24 hours. And,
big things,
one of the biggest ones is coming from Brian Shaw, the strongest man on earth himself, just dropped that he's going to be doing MMA. There was a lot of posts like, is this real or is this really happening or what's going on? It's like a lot of speculation out there right now.
It's real. I mean, I text him and he's like, yeah, man, it's real and looking forward to it and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's about as real as it gets. He's been offered money and a contract and he is now preparing to fight MMA.
That's it. And now, just even in the sheer size and weight class, because you have heavyweight. Brian is a super heavyweight. I don't even know if he can even cut down.
There's heavyweight, there's super heavyweight, then there's super heavyweight, then there's Brian.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this, and unfortunately, Brian stands at the pinnacle of that level because talk about density and weight and size. Good God, I don't even know if he can. Like, I know Brian can do a lot of things, but could he even get down to under 300?
I don't see why he should.
Yeah.
I mean, my understanding there's no weight limit for him on this. So he's not going to have to drop to meet some weight goal, which is fantastic for him. I could see him easily fighting at like 375 to 350 pounds. And would be super strong and very devastating. And I mean, the guy lives at elevation and he trains at elevation and he trains in a manner where he's in shape. He's in great shape all the time.
Yeah, it's year round for him.
Yeah. So I'm not overly worried about him doing cardio. And one thing about Strongman that it teaches you is like on a truck pull or some of the other events, you're not just going all out, you're going all out for 60 seconds. So if you're in the middle of a fight, most of the guys he's going to end up fighting are not used to going all out for 60 seconds. So he can go like let it loose and get after somebody, 30, 40 seconds in, they're going to collapse.
And that's a long time.
Their body will give out. He'll still keep going another 20, 30 seconds, and that'll be enough to end the fight, in my opinion. But, I mean, I'm not a professional line maker, so.
Well, all right, now.
I do think Brian, because of that, will have a distinct advantage. And then he's also extremely limber, and people don't get that or understand that. I mean, I could see him possibly. I mean, I don't know how he would be able to get somebody's head between his legs, but I could see him doing a triangle choke. He's flexible enough to do something like that, which means some of these arm bars that guys would have a hard time getting people into, he's not going to have that issue. So I don't think he's going to need to really do a ton of stand-up. I think he gets the basics down enough to where he can keep somebody at bay and they realize they're not going to get anywhere because he's so tall and so long that it'll go to the ground. And if it goes to the ground, he's going to be ruthless on the ground. Once he gets the basic techniques down for like wrestling and then maybe just a blue belt level at jiu-jitsu, if he gets that down, people could just have, it's going to be a nightmare because he's so strong. I mean, just in his cardio, in his mobility, I just see it causing a lot of problems. Especially if as the weight's coming down, he's going to get nothing but faster. I mean, yikes.
Well, with that even being said, it's like Brian is a person and a half wide. You know what I'm saying? And he's perfectly proportioned in his body size, shape, and composition. But the thing is like, could like I said, we've seen him fight Dustin Poirier, not really fight Dustin, but wrestle Dustin
No,
Poirier,
those
wrestle
are
Bradley
videos.
Martin. He's done the videos and the clips. But the thing is like, he's never really like put himself in this effort. But now that he's doing it, do you think people could even besides a rear naked choke? You know what I'm saying? Is there any other way to armbar him, anaconda him, fucking leg lock? And like I'm just trying to think of like, because his muscle density, muscle dexterity, the
Well,
tendons, everything that he's trained, it's like, could they even go past those?
I don't know. Well, rear naked choke, if he learns that basic defense for that, I don't see anybody. I mean, because if he tucks his chin and then kind of learns what to do with
Yeah.
that and lean back on people, they're not going to get it. Um,
Well, I'm just thinking of possibles, like what the
yeah.
only angle someone will be able to even to attack him at. And, of course he's going to learn how to defend that. But I'm just like, in my head, I'm like how, like even a Kimura, could you wrangle an arm that big into a Kimura?
I mean, is it possible? Yeah, but he would have to practically give it to you. If he's working any kind of defensive moves at all, you're not going to get those things.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see anybody strong enough to hold on to him that would get in there and do this with him, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Like I said, it's so because like I said, I've met Brian, I've shook Brian's hand, stood next to Brian. He's a massive
You're
man, but
shaking
like
his baseball mitt.
exactly, and that's what I'm saying is like he's got telephone poles for legs, telephone poles for arms.
No. He has horse legs.
Horse legs. That's it.
He has regular human legs for arms.
It's just funny because like I'm trying to imagine this, this happening, as almost cartoonish to me because I'm just like, how is that possible? Who is he gonna fight? And with the internet buzz that we have, they've already made a post for it. And Mariusz Pusinowski.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the title is 4-time world's strongest man versus 5-time world's strongest man. And Pusinowski's he has a career in MMA. He's fought multiple times. He's fought in the Pride days, and it's like with him being a pro fighter, would he want to be hit by a Mack truck / freight train coming at you?
Probably not. I mean, I'm sure Myers would have his price and would probably go do it. I don't know. I saw I mean, and he fought Sylvia fairly early in his career and stuff like that. But Sylvia's a big, tall, longer guy. Was able to let him gas out and then just took care of him. So, Brian's not going to be like that level of experience, but Brian's also a freak. Brian's also one of the most studious people you ever meet. When he goes to learn something, he learns it front to back, top to bottom, side to side. There's not going to be a whole lot about it that he doesn't know.
Yeah, he's
going
a
into it, and will be a perfectionist. He will study it endlessly.
Yeah.
So, and it'll be like his focus, his center. I mean, I don't know how many people are willing to have their mind go through that type of stuff all day long. And Brian's boys are a little bit older now. So, those where you're worried watching the kids as parents that they're going to get into trouble and get hurt. Now they know stuff. They're not just going to get in trouble. So you still pay attention to them, but you don't, the the levels changed. It's different. So he's going to be able to focus more on other things. So it's, plus Carrie's, Carrie, he's got an unbelievable wife.
She's got his back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure the conversation that was
100%.
had between us, because one thing is you always say is Brian has things thought out way more in advance than most people. So like if he's just announcing this now, and you said
he's 10 steps ahead already.
Exactly. Exactly. And so this is just an experience that I'm waiting to see. I'm already in anticipation of buying the pay-per-view. And and it's crazy too, because here's the pivot point.
I hope we get to go.
Yeah, so do I. Oh man, we can turn across my fingers. But here's the pivot point. Thor and Eddie did boxing, and now Brian's doing MMA. He's not doing boxing, and it's like, did he take the example? And I'm pretty sure he's talking to Eddie many times about this whole boxing thing, and picked his brain about it. But like, is this a smarter choice, or is it the more profitable choice, or is it the better choice? Because it's like, this is something he's generally interested in, because like for the majority, like Thor and them, it almost felt like they just did the boxing because it was a payday.
I think this is something he's going to take very seriously. I think it's an opportunity that came to him. And I think he thought about it very long and hard and came to the conclusion that he could be successful at this. And, my guess is he probably trained for it for a little while and kind of really decided if it was for him or not before he did it. And he likes it.
Yep. It wasn't even that long ago that Brian was at the UFC training facilities and broke the punching bag just by slapping it. All right. It's to test how strong you are, because that's what the machine does. And he
punching power,
exactly. And with just a slap, he shattered the record. And I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? These are things that we have to take into account, because it's like, who's going to be the one to, like, in my head, the only person that I feel that would probably even take it, and this is just me throwing stuff out, Bob Sapp is a huge pride fighting guy. And I would say him and Brian are about the same height. And so, you know what I'm saying? And that might be like the closest, you know what I'm saying, like, to it.
I can't see Bob Sapp doing that at this point.
Bob Sapp at his age right now too, but Bob Sapp not that long ago tried to fight Mike Tyson.
Right, true. But how'd that turn out?
Well, it didn't happen. So, you know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson ain't fighting nobody for no money. Well, except Roy Jones, because that's someone he wanted to fight.
Right. So I don't know if that'd be, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who they got for him.
Well, as this unfolds, this is something that we're definitely going to be on top of. And, we're definitely be covering this a lot. Because like I said, this is just an interesting twist of events, because who saw this coming, except for Brian and everyone, like the family. Right. But at the same time, it's like,
it'll be interesting to see how long they're going to wait to do the fight. I feel the longer they wait to do the fight, the better Brian's going to do. And if it ends up going off really fast, then I think that'll be an advantage for the person that he's fighting.
Yeah.
I think the longer they wait, if it ends up 10 months, a year and 2 months, I will say the longer it goes till they fight, the better Brian's going to do, because he's a learning machine.
Yeah.
He's a learning machine. He's an execution machine. And the longer he gets to work on something, the better he's going to get at it.
That's it. He's going to hone that sword and be prepared for the day. That's just one of those things, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's big news being dropped on this day. And it's just like, oh my God, I'm definitely ready for it. And I'm already, like I said, I'll purchase the pay-per-view if we don't get the opportunity to go, because I'm definitely going to want to see this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Exactly. And then,
100%. I can't wait. I'll probably lose my voice screaming for him, but it'll be fun. I lost my voice at the Shaw. So, I'm happy for him. This is going to be a great opportunity. And I think he's that good of an athlete where he could get this done just all the way around.
That's
Like I
it.
said, he lives at elevation. He trains at elevation. He knows how to go all out for a long period of time. And that's something like when I've had, fighters come out here and train with me, we'll do things like carrying drags and stuff where you go 100% effort, or truck pulls 100% effort for a minute and a half. And they're just like, oh my God, that's so much different. And I go, yeah, it's a lot different going 100% effort for that time. You can sit there and jump up and down and do down ups all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Now do something that requires all your strength at the same time, like dragging a 400-pound tire down the street, after carrying a 300-pound sandbag. That is a whole different ballgame. And he has the ability to do that in a way that I don't think anybody he fights is going to be able to do.
Yeah. And then, talking
And
about
recover
these.
from.
Yeah. And recover from.
Because he recovers from like stuff really fast. So that's the other thing. He's going to be able to say they get rolling around. This dude goes 100% for 20 seconds. He goes 100% for 30 seconds, kind of like gets an advantage and then takes a little bit of a break. He's still going to recover faster because he's used to going for a minute. So it's going to be interesting. If he gets the technique stuff down, it's all over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just going to be brutal.
That's it. And then, speaking of these strongman events, the other announcement
I think technique and speed will be the two things.
Oh, yeah. But, with these other strongman events that are happening, or that we're just discussing and talking about going all out on, Hafþór has announced that he's got 3 shows he's dedicated himself to that he is doing. First one's going to be the 2024 Arnold Classic, the Arnold UK, and then the Rogue Invitational. And, this is something I want your opinion on, because it's like, injuries, what's gone on, because, Thor's had the pec tear, he's done the boxing, he's done the powerlifting and retired from strongman, but now he's coming back into strongman. And it's like, like, has there been enough time for recovery from the pec tear to actually competing into the heaviest, you know what I'm saying? One of the heaviest shows that you can compete in doing this, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, he made a video, he talked in the video about, like, he's doing this because he wants to compete against the best. But the thing is about competing with the best is you have to go all out. And he did mention in the video that he wasn't going to go as all out as he should. He's going to use this as almost it almost felt like he was going to use it as a test show, but I don't want to say that. Training. He didn't say that. You know what I mean?
Or like intense training to see where he's at against the guys.
Yeah.
And to kind of feel where he needs to improve and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see him doing that. Yeah. It's personally, after the pec injury and all that other stuff, I mean, if like perfect world, I'd kind of like to see him do the other Arnold that's later in the year, and then come back to and have him go probably 80 to 85.
Well, see, the other Arnold is 2 weeks, I think 2 or 3 weeks after the Arnold Classic.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks. It just gives him a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And maybe see him at like 80, 85%, and kind of like catch where he's at with that, and then have him come into the Rogue and kind of drop the hammer at the Rogue and really kind of test it into the high 90s, and then come back to the following Arnold and then just absolutely let it fly.
Yeah.
That I think the extra time will serve him better over the long, because he's still so young.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't even get to World's Strongest Man until I was 41. I didn't start Strongman until I was 36. So, I mean, he's got plenty of time. I don't think I think 48 was probably my strongest year so far, even though I've been able to kind of hold that level and can probably, still get up to that area.
Yeah.
He's still got just so much time. It's unreal. And I would rather see him come personally, but I mean, take it with a grain of salt.
He's gonna do what he wants.
Yeah, he's a grown adult. He can do what he wants. I mean, I think he's a good dude.
Yeah.
I would like to see him, and then he'll just prosper from that point on, because he'll be back. He'll be at full go. But I mean, can he do it? Yeah, absolutely. There's not a whole lot I'll put past him on when he makes up his mind he wants to do something, he's going to do. But the thing is just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
And, I would rather see the long-term success of watching him compete for a whole nother decade than rather come back and do this and have to bow out in 3 to 5 years for some unforeseen reason. I really enjoy watching him compete. As a fan, I like to watch him. I mean,
yeah, he's always exciting when he's on when he's up on deck. And
it's the same thing though. You watch Eddie compete. I loved watching Eddie compete. Yep. He's a freaking lunatic.
That's it.
And he's super strong. And Brian is just, and Z and like all these guys. I love watching everybody go because I'm a fan of the sport as much as I am as a competitor. And I love watching all the guys go. I really do. And I just want to see him be doing it, 10, 15 years from now, if he wants to.
Yeah.
I think Thor's a big enough talent that if he manages to stay healthy, he can do it as long as he wants till he gets bored.
Yeah, no, 100%. And in that same video that he talked about, he mentioned Mitchell Hooper, and he considers Mitchell Hooper one of the strongest, and because right off top, he is one of he's the strongest man in the world right now. And he's looking forward to competing with him because he considers him one of the best right now, and he's looking towards what's called. And with Mitchell Hooper, it's like, do you want to put him coming back and trying to compete at the top of the level with Mitchell Hooper? It's like I'm waiting to see that, because Mitchell Hooper not that long ago did a comparison between him and Thor, and it's just a little apples to oranges. That's all the video was, but I'm definitely waiting to see Thor step on stage and see what he's actually capable of doing. Like I said, we're all going to be worried about injuries because we all know about the pec tear. But the thing is we want to make sure that he's coming in to be safe. He's coming in to do it strong, and he competes at the level that he wants to compete at, because that's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? We want to see that success there.
I think Thor at the top of his game is going to be a lot for any competitor to deal with. So that'll be good to see. I think he can really challenge a lot of things out there. The issue is going to be is what the heck is Mitchell's weakness?
Yeah.
Because every time he has one, the next time you see him, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's fixed.
And we've seen that progression, because we were there for the first Worlds, the second Worlds, and then him going through every one of these competitions. It's like this man just walked out of the mist and started dominating once he started figuring out what to do.
Well, yeah, and the thing is every time something new comes up, he figures it out. He's right up there in the top 3, top 4.
That's it. Talking to everybody too. That's the thing. It's like it's like I said, first world's strongest man there. He called you, like, hey, how do I do this? And he took your advice, and he was able to use your advice. Did his test those days and figured it out. And then even I want to say he talked to you a little bit on last year at Myrtle Beach, just about talking about some of the carries, and it's just like, he's definitely, every time he's come across something new, he just goes for it, but he's actually doing. Because was it the World at Shaw Classic, Strongest Man on Earth? That was the first time he's really done fingers or even trained fingers. I don't want to say that for a fact.
No, he did fingers at World's Strongest Man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So and he's got like a telephone pole type of thing.
Yeah, he made some contraption in it, but it ended up breaking because he was just going too hard on it.
They remade it.
Yeah,
and he's using it again. No, the Shaw Classic. He came in. He did really good, and it's like I said, there is no glaring weakness. There is no chink in the armor. So it's what events are they going to pick? How fast can he figure them out? So for Thor to come back and go after that, it's gonna be fun to watch. It really is, because they're both going to be good at shield carries.
Yep.
But Tom's good at shield carry too. But Tom made a mistake that I'm pretty sure he'll learn from. That'll never happen again. Oh, well, this is probably good. He's struggling with it already. I'm just going to drop it instead of going to where he just couldn't go anymore. And who made him pay the price for that.
Yeah. And that same thing happened with for Nick when he won his record carrying that was it the elephant, or was it the in Africa where you went way past you should have.
What, the first time or the second time? Because the first time in Africa, I had no idea. I just had to go as far as I could.
Exactly.
And then the second time, I let it go, thinking, because I'm watching Z carry the thing, and I'm like, there's no way he's going to make it, out to where I am. It's just going to be whether or not he can catch where Payman was.
Yeah.
And so I let it go and turn, and that's when he had dropped it like 3 or 4 meters short.
Yep.
Of where Payman was, and I started celebrating.
Exactly.
With nobody knowing what I was celebrating about.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it's going to be interesting because Thor's solid overhead. Thor's solid at stones.
Mm-hmm.
So is Mitch. Can Thor and Tom do that? Be faster than Mitch at the stones. Yeah, they can be faster than him at the stones. But that's one event, so he gets third.
Yep.
So, I mean, it'll make things interesting because there'll be an extra point to split up there where there might not have been one.
Yeah.
On a couple of the events. I don't think either one of the guys are going to beat him in a yoke, which means I don't think anybody's going to beat Hooper in the farmer's walk either. Because his grip seems to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I don't think it was ever broken. I just think it's even stronger now.
Yeah. Well, here's the question.
I mean,
the weight that Thor's lost, does he need to put it back on?
Well, I'm sure he's going to put it on. I'm sure Thor will probably come in somewhere between 400 and probably 420 at his show, or maybe even 380, depending on how much weight he's got to put back on after the surgery and stuff. But eventually, when he comes in between 400 and 430, that's his competitive weight. I mean, the guy's 6'9".
Yeah.
And they're both good deadlifters. That's what I mean. You're going through all these things, and it's like, okay, they might beat him at the stones. He's going to beat them in the moving events. I think you'd have to lean towards Mitch for the grip events. Like farmers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. It truly is. It's going to be fun to watch. Overhead pressing, dumbbell pressing. I mean, they're all good at it, but like a lot of those, I still got to lean a little bit that way, which is, I think, press a heavier log. They get down to the axle, it'll be the same way. Tom pressed a heavier Flintstone bar, but are they going to put that back in?
Yeah, exactly. Because it was a little bit of a headache at the first Worlds when we went there. They were having a lot of difficulties getting it back up.
Right.
Like they're not setting it up for speed. They set it up because they want people to do it, but like sometimes a lot of people weren't even able to get them.
Right. So, and then that weird stone throw that will absolutely favor
Thor
and Tom for that matter. But he threw it pretty far anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So go figure.
Exactly.
So like I said, he's probably the guy that everybody's chasing for a reason right now.
Yep.
Can he be beaten in places? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Evan getting better all the time.
Yep.
And as Evan matures and starts concentrating more and focusing more and centering more, he's going to be either the three of those guys want to deal with, because he is fast with a yoke. He does have a good grip. He He is great at overhead. He has all these things. He has all the same abilities. He can do the stones. I mean, it's you got another guy with a lot of all the same strengths, and where are the weaknesses?
Exactly. And that's going to
So
be this next year's coming up. How this is going to happen? You know what I'm saying? We're going to see this shootout that's getting ready. The one reason I'm even saying a lot of this stuff is because I want people to be prepared for the shootouts that are getting ready to happen at
right.
these shows, because you got heavy hitters coming back. You
Well,
got
and then
people coming in
and
doing
you
these
got
things.
you got uh, Trey, who if there's no grip events, good luck.
Yeah.
Another great overhead presser, another guy that can move,
Another great deadlifter.
another great deadlifter. I mean, just all the way around. They're not playing. It's going to be serious. There's going to be some really good contests coming up in the next 6 months to a year and a half,
Yep.
and it's going to be fun to see who can come out on the top of all these. But
Exactly. All these young kids are starting to mature, and that maturity is
mm,
about to pay off for all the fans.
oh yeah, yep. We're going to move into another era, kind of like when Brian and Z started taking over and completely dominating everything. I think we're going to move into an area that's very similar to that.
Hell yeah. I definitely agree, Nick.
Mhm.
And Nick, with that being said, with that new era, let these people know those favorite words that I like to
All
hear.
right. Well, if you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe. Please absolutely share, because the more you share this, the more people will see it and the more we can keep doing what we're doing. And as always, train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. Thank you.
You're listening to the best experience with Nick Best.